The science shows the vaccine will not necessarily protect you. It's not protecting many people. Governor, great to have you back.
Okay, so bit of an issue with that. There are obviously people who still get breakthrough cases and still end up in the hospital after being vaccinated. That is true. But the way he worded it, like you would have to be so charitable to say that he's just being careless with his words. He seemed to imply that it isn't much protection at all, which is 100% not what we've seen from virtually any part of this pandemic since we've gotten the vaccine. So that's getting into sort of active misinformation that you would expect they would avoid. They tend to be kind of a little bit careful about the way they attack the vaccine. That seemed to go into the territory of stuff that gets like Marjorie Greene banned from Twitter. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's like an FCC violation. It's just simply not fact, and I don't know that it is an FCC violation, but it should be, because that is making something up. At its worst, it mitigates the effects of getting COVID if you do contract the virus and you're vaccinated. It's totally irresponsible. I'm sorry, not as less irresponsible was me teasing it before we got to it, but
that's totally cool.
But it is such a violation of the trust that used to exist between viewers and news. And this is really different, because this is just saying that they don't work, that we have to rethink them. They work like crazy, these vaccinations. They have slowed and halted a pandemic, and now people are not paying attention to them, and the unvaccinated are the victims of it. So it's really bad.
Yeah, we have this headline. It says about 99.999% of fully vaccinated Americans have not had a deadly COVID-19 breakthrough case, which that I don't know how much more need to be protected for Sean Hannity to be impressed. But let's turn to the other guy there. Ron DeSantis, of course, was there. Florida is being hit crazy hard. Let's jump to this little chart of what it looks like in terms of cases, hospitalizations, deaths. Here's Florida. That's the cases at the top. The deaths are moving back up towards the highest they've been. The hospitalization is already higher than it's ever been before. Here is a little bit of what he had to say after that vaccine misinformation from Sean Hannity.
He is obsessed with having the government force kindergartners to wear masks all day in school. In Florida, we believe that that's the parents' decision. Joe Biden thinks the federal government should come in and overrule the parents and force these young kids to wear these masks. And you gotta wonder, where are your priorities that you're so obsessed with this issue and so obsessed with taking away parents' rights, and you're letting Afghanistan burn, our border burn, and so many other things in our country?
Okay, so where are his priorities? Well, let's talk about Ron DeSantis' priorities, because of course he was saying that on Fox News. Not surprisingly, because he's been on Fox a lot. In the first 6 months of this year, he's been on Hannity 8 times, Tucker Carlson 6 times, Laura Ingraham 7 times. He's only had 7 meetings with his lieutenant governor. He hasn't met one-on-one with the Surgeon General of Florida once. He has a lot of time for Fox. That seems to be his priority, Michael.
Yeah, and it's not surprising. He's going to have a lot more time for Fox in the next 2.5 years. I mean, this is, where things are going for Ron DeSantis, and the callousness that he's displaying as governor is going to be tested nationally at some point, and that's what he's hoping happens, and that he's hoping he has success. But again, he did this at the beginning of the pandemic. He's doing it now. It's a civil liberties argument that he is saying that government is bad and government is not your friend. We are your friend. It's worked for him so far. His popularity has waned initially, but it's come back to a stable place.
Well, and super fast. We're running out of time, but after the first wave, which I thought Florida did terribly in, he got all this credit for having done well. If it gets really bad, is that finally going to break through to the media to cover that he has been one of the main reasons that it hasn't worked?
Compared to other states, that's the thing. And those numbers were misinterpreted and misreported at that time too. Not that Florida wasn't having horrible numbers. Their percentages versus the percentages in other states were what wasn't being reported. And that matters.
Sure. Yeah, and a lot of people have already died. A lot of people are going to be dying in Florida in the coming weeks. We'll see if he takes a little bit of time to actually talk about and care about their concerns, and not just whatever Sean Hannity brings up on his show.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.